everyone, welcome to my aseptic technique video. My name is Cindy Camacho. I will begin by introducing all of my supplies for this process, which is going to be 4 paper towels, some hand washing soap, sterilizing spray, and of course the takeout bag, as well as the container I will be utilizing for the technique. I will begin my process by actually introducing you to the actual Tupperware so that you're aware of what different textures it has and what are the different components of the Tupperware. So the Tupperware itself is a circular shaped container. It has 3 opening tabs. Each of the tabs does have a little area underneath it, which will have to be cleaned. For the most part, the container is smooth. It doesn't really have any outlying ridges. The top portion also is fairly smooth. So this is the container that we're going to be utilizing. Like I said, we're going to be focusing underneath these sections, as well as when I actually put my finger in here, you can't really feel much. So we're going to try to get in there, but it doesn't really open up too much. So there's not really any room in there. So we will begin by setting up the location of where we're going to be introducing the container. What I will be doing is setting up 2 sections in my countertop. One section is going to be a clean paper towel, clean sterile paper towel, where I will put the container in after I've cleaned it. And then the second location is going to be where I introduce the actual container. So before I set up the sections or the spaces in my countertop, what I will do is begin by washing my hands to make sure that everything is properly clean. So what I would do is spritz the countertop down, the full countertop down prior to beginning the process to make sure that all of it is clean to begin with. Then I would begin my hand washing technique with the first step, which is turning on the water. I would turn on the water, let my hands run under the water just to get them a little bit wet to make it easier to activate the soap. Then what I would do is turn off that water. Then I would begin the actual hand washing after the water by putting some hand soap on my hands. Then I would begin by putting my palms together. I will focus on 4 locations of my hand, which is my inner palms, the outer part of my palms, then the outside of my hand, which is going to be the thumbs, and the other part of my hand, which is going to be around my pinky. So as soon as I put the soap down, I want to begin by scrubbing it. I want to remember to interlock my fingers to make sure that I'm getting those little spaces in between my fingers. This process should be a minimum of 20 seconds, which is 2 happy birthday songs. So I will begin by putting my hands together, getting in there, making sure that I'm getting the inner part of my hands. Then I will focus on each hand. So I would first start by putting my right hand on top of my left, getting all of that, making sure my fingers are touching all that. So it stops here around my thumb, which means I have to work on that. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna move over and put the right hand. We're gonna wash the right hand. So we're gonna grab our left hand, get in there too. And once again, so see my little pinky goes around my thumb. This area goes around, my thumb goes around the outside of my hand. And then, so we're gonna focus on getting the outside of my hands. And then we're gonna do both hands. Now we're gonna work on our thumbs. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean out my thumbs using my hand. And I haven't really focused on my fingertips. So what I'm gonna do is put my palm out like this, grab my fingertips, scrub onto my palm to try to get the top part of my fingertips cleaned out. And we're gonna focus on both hands. So once again, this should be for 20 seconds. As soon as I have completed hand washing, what I will do is then turn on the water once again, rinse my hands down. Then I will grab a paper towel, dry my hands, and with the same paper towel, I will be utilizing to turn off the faucet, and then I will discard this paper towel. So when I set up my station for introducing my container into my environment, like I said, I would have 2 stations. This paper towel will represent the clean station, so we're going to set this up on the farther part of my countertop, which is going to be right here, and then we will set up a location where we're introducing the container, which is going to be so you want to give it some space so not to introduce any microbes. So that's going to be our clean location, which we can see here in the view of the camera. So before introducing the actual container, we will begin by setting up everything to make sure that we're ready to introduce that container into our environment. I will begin by spritzing my paper towel with the sterilizing spray. So now that it's been spritzed, this is wet, ready to go. So what I will do is focus on avoiding crossing my hands and utilizing both hands. So what I will do is I will focus by utilizing my left hand as my cleaning hand and my right hand as my contaminated hand. That's the one I'll be using to pull the container out, get the bag out. So this is my container, and once again I'm using my right hand. So this is the container. I'm going to set it up right here, specifically on top of the paper towel. Then what I would do is with the same hand, I'm still not touching it, with the same right hand, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the container, set it down on the paper towel. I will discard the bag. You don't want to keep it in the area. So now this area is going to be my quote-unquote contaminated, dirty area. I'm going to make sure I clean this correctly. So I'm going to focus on cleaning everything except for one area. And it should be like so. I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna use 3 fingers. It's gonna be the easiest way for me to open it. So this is dirty. I'm gonna begin by lifting it up. So I know this little area with one of the 3 tabs, this little area, have enough support that I can hold it with these 3 fingers. As soon as I start cleaning it, I don't want to put it back on this area because it is contaminated. So I don't want to clean it and then put it right back into the dirty. So what I'm going to do is pick it up with these 3 fingers. I'm going to start by using my left hand. I'm going to focus on cleaning the bottom part, getting all of this glass. There's no areas where you really have to get in there on the glass. It's pretty smooth for the most part. So I'm just going to clean it thoroughly. I'm going to work on the top part of the container as well. So now that I've got the larger surface areas cleaned, what I'm going to do is fold my paper towel. This definitely has some sterilizing spray. It's a little bit wet, so I kind of folded it into like a little triangle. What I'm going to do is stick that under the little tabs to get under the tabs. Do the same thing. So I'm still focusing on keeping my hand on this one section. I have not moved my fingers, so that area is still there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the second tab because there's 3 tabs. I'm gonna get in there, clean, you see, clean that area. Then I'm gonna try to also go towards the rim of the 3 sections that I can reach. So I'm gonna get in there, clean around the rim, do the same thing for this, clean around the rim, and then clean around the rim. So this whole time I'm focusing on not moving my fingers, making sure that I stay here because this area is still not clean, right? So what I'm doing is I'm setting all this up right here, cleaning it, cleaning it. So then what I'm gonna do, because all of this is clean other than this little area right here, what I'm gonna do is put the clean sterilizing unit down there. These 3 fingers are what's not clean, right? So I'm gonna hold it like that. I'm gonna put my hands under here. I'm gonna clean out my fingers with some of the paper towel, make sure that they're nice and clean. This section I still have yet to clean it. Other than this section, everything else is pretty clean. So what I'm gonna do is clean my fingers. Now that my fingers are clean, I'm gonna use the same 3 fingers now with the sterilizing spray to hold that tab location. So what I'm gonna do is, at the same time as I'm holding it, I'm also cleaning it out. And I'm also gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean the 3rd tab. get in there, get in the dirty area, clean the rest of the room where I couldn't earlier touch because my thumbs were here, my other thumb was here. So I'm gonna make sure I get all of that where I had my dirty thumbs. But I've already cleaned my hands because I had it under here, my dirty hands, cleaned it off with the sterilizing clean paper towel. So now that everything's clean, my 3 fingers have also been introduced to the sterilizing spray via the paper towel. I'm gonna go ahead and set this down in my sterilized unit. So let's move on here to my sterilized location. So this location has, here we go. Let me move it over a little bit so you can see it. Here we go. So now that this location has been cleaned, this is clean paper towel, this is clean container, my hands are clean. So what I'm gonna do is, I still wanna make sure I'm introducing as minimum as possible. So I'm gonna use the same 3 fingers, and I'm going to, with 2 fingers, press down, pull up, press down with my thumb, and that's it. Now we've got lunch nice and clean. This whole area is clean. And then after we're done opening this, and what we're gonna do is go back to our original location, and on our original location, and what we're gonna do is wipe down this area, make sure nothing else is getting introduced. Grab a clean paper towel, wipe it down, wipe it down, wipe it down. So now everything we've got is nice and clean. Thank you, have a good day.